And it's a very, very, very happy St. Patrick's Day to my little leprechaun out there in the garden.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Linda. And
happy St. Patrick's Day.
yeah, and I hear the family's off celebrating.
Well, my daughter's going into the city. I think there's something really good fun happening in the park in the city and in town. It'll be a great day because it's lovely weather. Yes, and he'll have fun in there.
And you're partial to a Guinness?
I'm very partial to a nice Guinness. I must say it's very good for you. Do you know that?
Oh yes, especially after work.
Yes, it's very nice. It can feel a bit heavy. I do prefer a more of a Cooper's Ale myself, but in Australia.
Okay.
In Ireland,
different.
Perfect Guinness.
Yeah, Guinness is so different in Ireland, isn't it?
Oh, there's no comparison really, but there is. I like the widgets. The widget cans are good. That's a good Guinness here.
Right. Well, we want something the good information on the gardening, and let's have a look at some plants today.
Well, it's been
abnormal
this summer, to be honest. But we've had no rain really for what 6 weeks.
Yep.
And for a person who's trying to have a cottage garden without watering, it's been challenging. That's all I'll say. So there are still some plants in the garden that are actually looking lovely. And I thought I'd share a few of them, and maybe people could consider putting them in for themselves next year. So I have to say the prettiest thing I have is Alstroemeria. Do you know the Alstroemerias?
I think I do, yeah.
They're the little ones that come in floral displays.
Yep.
They are a type of a lily, and they're called an Alstroemeria. That's their proper name. But they've been fantastic. And I have to say, the reason I realised is when the flower finishes on the stems, and if you grow them, you'll have a few little seed heads on the end of each stem. And what you do is you pull that right out from the ground. It'll come quite easily. But once I started doing that, I read it somewhere, that is the way to do it. It's been flowering constantly since, and without any water. I have it mixed in with some clivias, which is kind of a shady area, and they're doing great in there. But the ones outside in the full sun, doing great as well. And they come in a real good mixture of colours. So I have to say, I think that's doing really well. Now my carpet roses, they're doing fabulous as well.
Well, I thought I had some carpet roses, but these things have grown up to about bigger than what I had for the clumping roses.
I know, they get if you don't chop them down, and I've left mine for a couple of years, now it's a full-on shrub. It's huge.
When do we prune them back?
Well, I think you just have to bite the bullet and go, no, that's too big, and then cut it back. I'm not cutting mine back all this summer, so it's nearly as high. I'd say it's a metre high nearly, and metre and a half wide. It's big, but it's covered in flowers.
You must be looking at my garden.
Yeah, exactly. I've been looking around. They're the only things that are flower around the place. Well, there's a few other things. We'll talk about that. But I think you can trim them back this autumn. And, they're quite miraculous. I once trimmed mine back with a kind of half chainsaw. The hedger, honest to God.
Yep.
It got so big, I had a white one in another garden, and I just went, oh my God, and just took a fit. It's like, when you start hairdressing, cutting hair, it's hard to stop. I just went, the pruners wasn't doing it for me. I went and got the hedger.
So gave it a crew cut.
Absolutely, and it came back better than ever. The year after that,
and
next year, the following. But so I think they're about a 2-year cycle. I think that's when you get the best. That's when you can control them. But they're looking really good. And I did go around with some eco potash. The little. It's only a little tiny little jar.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about this already?
No?
It's almost like coal dust. Like coal dust, as
Yep.
we burn it. That's what it looks like. And you just use a teeny, weeny little bit of it in a watering can. Well, the roses have just responded so well to that. And the thing with potash, which is mostly what is in sea salt, is that it really helps the plant against the heat. Also cold.
Yep.
Yeah, by swelling the cell walls so that they make them quite immune internally in the plant. But potash is marvellous for helping gardens to cope with the heat. And I think that's the most important thing we should have been all doing all summer long, is using more sea mungus if you're feeling a bit, you can't be out there every day, every fortnight, with sea salt, or else using sea salt or some seaweed products. It's fine. But they really do help to immunise the plants against that horrendous heat.
Yeah, you want soil conditioning as well as fertilising.
Well, I've been spraying manures like right through the summer, but I haunt bunnings, obviously, and I just use a broken bag, so I have been using that. But when I say I don't water, I really don't water. So I have just been managing with what we've had as natural rain this summer. So it's been a bit tricky. It's been a bit tricky. But the other plant that I have that's looking beautiful, and I will get more, are the Carex featherfalls. Now, they're a grass, but it makes this beautiful kind of mound. It's not, it's not like the grass you'd usually see. That doesn't look very attractive sometimes. Some people don't like grasses. But this is a kind of variegated foliage.
The clumping?
Clumping, and it's beautiful. Now, I've had it in for, 2-3 years nearly. And it's probably 900 by probably 600 maybe.
Right.
Not even, I say.
Does it send up shoots or flowers or anything like that?
It doesn't flowers up earlier in the year, like around springtime. So I just trim them off, and then now it's just looking glorious. Like it looks lush.
And they don't take a lot of water?
Well, as I said, I don't have watered a thing.
Right.
So it's sitting at the bottom of a standard lilac rose, and it looks superb, I have to say. And surrounding that is the lamb's ear.
Yes.
Yeah, do need a little drink now and again.
And they're lower again, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very low. And when they send up their lovely pink flowers, it looks very fetching now. The lilac rose, the nice pink, and this Carex grass. It's very pretty. But the lamb's ear are great, but they have come back. Now, backing onto that, I have salvias.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Totally drought tolerant.
Very, very drought tolerant. But I've found, the Mexican one that everybody, the Lucanta, the kind of thick, furry, purple colour. That doesn't seem to do as good as the little Nivea ones. The lipstick one, the red and white one.
Yep, I've got those.
Yeah, if they give a hint of water at all, they're flowering. Whereas the Lucanta, the Mexican one, kind of has more of a protection, I reckon, and gets rid of the flowers.
Oh, well, it comes from a very dry country, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it looks okay, but its flowers have gone a bit brown, and it's kind of almost architectural in the garden. I'm not trimming back because the heat will kill. So I had a beautiful high, about nearly 900 high seaside daisy hedge. Fabulous, all around the garden. But, in the front of the garden. But no, it's gone brown.
Yeah, they need a bit of water.
Yeah, and I haven't been watering them. So I haven't cut that back, and I won't, because when I cut it back, it'll come back fine. But until this real heat is gone. And we still have another few days. But do you think this might be the end of it?
Well, you've got Monday 31, Tuesday 31, and then it drops down to the low 20s for the rest of the week.
Do you think that might be autumn finally arriving?
Yeah, well, we've got a chance of rain today, and there's a big chance of rain on Tuesday and a chance of rain on Saturday. So we could be starting to get back in autumn. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the other success I have had is Cosmos. And that's a really lovely garden. And that loves dry. And that's the little single petal daisies.
Mm-hmm.
They come in different colours, pink. And then you can get a tall variety, which is about 900, 700, 900.
Right.
Depends on that, yeah. That's really pretty. And then there's a shorter variety, which is about 20, 25, 30 centimetres, about a foot. But they're looking really well and can really cope with the drought. I have some lomandras.
Right.
They're doing okay.
What colours?
Just the lavender, the grasses, the Tanika and those little ones. They don't come in colour. They're little grass, they're the spiny matrush.
Yeah, are they the silvery ones or the green?
Oh, yes, of course. No, I just have plain old green ones.
Yep.
I'm shopping from Bunnings Rejects. But you're right. I haven't gone for the seascape and I haven't gone for the fancy ones yet. Yes, I'm still working on the silver garden.
The silver garden, right. that the front or the back?
Well, I have back and front. The back is doing really well, but that's because, in all honesty, I do water those pots. I have pots all in the backyard.
Yeah, you have to water pots.
Yeah, you have to water pots. No, and I have been using the Eco Soil Wetter for the pots. That's made a great difference.
Oh, I forget.
So, yeah, we didn't put in, I haven't put in my winter veggies yet. There's too many white butterflies.
Yeah, they're tremendous, aren't they?
They seem to calm down a small bit the last week, but they're still flopping around, and they'll just destroy my broccoli and cauliflower or whatever, all the ones I want to put.
Haven't you netted them?
Have I, pardon?
Have you netted them? Not the butterflies. Do
you know, I did see a remarkably beautiful butterfly. I have a load of butterflies, and bees in the garden, although they haven't got as much nectar to have at the last dry time. But the butterflies have been lovely, and I've got a really, it was almost a pale white, but with blotches of colour. I'd never seen one like this before, and nobody has. I meant to Google it, but I haven't done it. I haven't to the identification.
It's a white butterfly in camouflage.
Yeah, my lavenders are doing grand.
Ooh.
I just trimmed them back a little bit.
Yep.
And they're sending up little shoots, and they've been really hardy. Been coming really good. And another little plant that I popped in was the Gaillardia.
Oh, yes.
They're great. They've done really well. And no bother to it. Grevilleas have done well. Grevilleas are going grand, I have to say. And my camellias are looking great.
Oh, I've got some.
How are you looking?
Mine have all finished flowering now, but.
Oh, really?
Yep, and they've started to put on a growth spurt, but. I've got a couple of. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, as soon as it cools down, if you want to control it, trim back the growth. But if you don't, let it go a little bit. Yeah, it'll be fine. I have mostly got the japonica ones, so they're lip flowers.
Yeah, I've got a mixture of the two. Yeah, and they're not looking too flash compared to the others.
The japonicas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are they in a bit of sun?
Yes, they are. No, they get the morning sun.
Oh, that should be all right.
Yeah.
Maybe, but then this has been intense. Because they have that bigger leaf, and so they absorb all that sun. Maybe they're not enjoying it. Mine are as tough and hardy as could be, but then there's a huge. You see, I cut my liquid amber down by 2/3 because the tree was very big. It was, I don't know, meters and meters, 20, 30 meters, huge. And so next door they have an elm that has just gone ballistic since I cut my one down. So I used it for about a year. I had some sunshine. And then now the elm has gone mad. The elm is huge. So it is actually shading the camellias a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. My magnolia is doing really well.
Right. Well, next door neighbour's got magnificent magnolia shrub.
Yeah.
And the flowers are beautiful.
But they're very impressive, aren't they?
Oh.
And drought tolerant.
Yep.
Very, very much so. The weeping maples are doing well too. They're going back, but they've coped quite well with the dry weather. They haven't grown really well without rain or water, but they grew. They loved it this year. The forest pansy's doing all right.
Oh, you can splash of colour.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's nice bit of purple, and that's foliage-wise, it's looking very nice, and it's going grand. What else is good in the garden? I'm just looking now. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what.
Your garden must be really flourishing at the moment with all the colour.
It has a lot of colour. But without rain, it doesn't flower intensely. It really does affect the quality of the flower. But it looks well established, like it's grand. It's grand now. There's lots of little glow growing things. I must put in more natives though. I'm thinking that whatever has worked now, that's what I'm going to focus for winter, or for autumn and winter, in putting a little bit more in.
Find some that's got some nice flowers to bring the birds in too.
Yeah, and the butterflies and the bees. So I intend to hopefully maybe put in a beehive this year.
So have you gone to a beekeeping course?
No, I have a nice gentleman who comes in and he told me, just do it.
Oh, that's the beekeeping.
That's this fella. He's really funny, and he says he has his beehive in an old playground, like little playground house that his children had. But I have there's a course, or not a course, sorry. There's a lady speaker coming to Croydon Garden Club.
Right.
Next month. Yeah, she's coming on the second Tuesday of the month. So I'm going to listen to her and maybe join Beekeeping Society. There's a couple around.
Yep.
And then that should be some good tips.
Oh, you'll be able to produce some variant honey.
Well, that's it. I just feel like having my own honey, and just bees are. The idea of it is fun, and there's so many in the garden this summer, like covered.
Yep.
They really do love that lamb's-ear. I think that was my most popular one. The rosemary's doing good too. I forgot to mention the rosemary. But they really loved it, and I might put in a little bit of a kind of a more tougher, hardier succulent garden in the dry spot. So my friend is going to give me an agave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's got hers is just doing gangbusters. I was over with her on Friday night celebrating St. Patrick's. She's a New Zealander who married an Irishman, but she's 95.
Ooh.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Wow.
She'd hate if I told you that.
I told you Guinness is good for you.
Yes, great. So she's got the agave, so she said, would you like some of that, Linda? She's out there gardening as well.
Oh,
so
wow.
I always have to arrive over with some manure. She says I do a good line in manure.
Well, on that note, we've run out of time.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have. So what a theme to end on, manure. Oh, it's the end product, isn't it? Yeah.
Great.
All right, well, you have a great St. Patrick's Day at work and go home and toast the Irish.
I will.
Beautiful.
Have some sweet peas.
No worries. All right, have a great day, and we'll catch up with you in another month's time.
All right, okay.
Okay, bye for now. Thank you, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.